Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, back for another Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc here on the Om Times Institute page. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. It is Monday morning. That means we're ready to get our spiritual chat on, our metaphysical conversation, have a conversation about all things spiritual, metaphysical, what's going on in the world. Let me know if you're just joining in, and if you would be so kind to actually help us share out the page. We are a grassroots, homegrown type of message platform, and we grow based on viewership, and we grow based on you sharing out to like-minded people for a spiritual community, or what I like to say, soul tribe. So good morning to you. It's Monday morning, end of January, if you can believe that. We're moving into February. I'm not sure where January went. I'm here in Seattle, Washington, and I do these Metaphysical Mocha Mondays every Monday morning here on the Om Times Institute page at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then as soon as we're done with the show today, right around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, I switch over to my Intuitive Prospector page, and I will be putting the link in the description field or the comment section, and it's where you switch over to the Intuitive Prospector page, and you have a direct conversation with me, if you like. Tell me what's going on in the world based on today's topic, which today's topic came through my meditation last night. As I was meditating, I came up with today's message, and that is about bathing in the river of courage. And a lot of my clients, as of late, there's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of fear in society today, and a lot of disconnection and doubt. And the message about bathing in the river of courage is something that I thought that I would talk about, and talk about how to keep going and how to stay strong and how to keep a positive mindset. One of the things that I just posted just the other day on my Facebook page, I was talking about that it takes a lot of courage to push through hard times. And a lot of my clients, in the last few months have come to me, and they've really had some hard times. Family members moving into the spirit world, just a rough go with either with love life or their career. I'm going to adjust this camera just 1 second here. My camera's about to fall down, so I apologize. There you go. I saw it starting to tip over. But if you're just joining me, let me know where you're from. Today's message, we're talking about bathing in the river of courage, because I think life, it takes courage to be here. I've had a few friends along the way and a family member commit suicide, and so I wanted to talk about that it takes a lot of courage to push through hard times, to never give up, and that good things are coming your way. So that's what we're going to be talking about on today's show. Please let me know where you're from. If I have the comments turned off right now, I swipe those just so I can get to the topic. I'm going to give you a prospecting stone or crystal for the week. I'm also going to give you a numerology number for the week, and I'm also going to give you a positive affirmation for the week. The Mondays, the whole reason I do this show, guys, is to inspire you, to put you on a path of being inspired, to think differently, to think from a higher perspective, to be the observer of life and not necessarily react to everything in life. And this show is about being inspirational and being in service to people and helping people. So that's why I wanted to talk today about never giving up and bathing in the river of courage, because we're all in the same river of life, and it does take courage to be here. I know all too well how violent history can be. My brother was murdered, and I had to go through 5 murder trials and stand before my brother's killers, and justice was served, but sometimes justice isn't served for a lot of people. And I work as part of Best American Psychics doing psychic investigations, and we work on cases all around the United States trying to help families. Some cases are solved, some cases are not. Some missing people are found, sometimes they're not. Sometimes a body is discovered, sometimes it's not. So hard times are everybody has a story to tell. But today I just want to talk about that we're all bathing in the river of courage, and it takes a lot to be here. And how do we get through? How do we push through these hard times? I had a client of mine recently, without giving too much information, she had been on a struggle with her health for 3 years. And we worked together for 3 years, and she would ask me, how come I can't have it right now? And I said, there's a lesson to be learned from this, but stay positive, keep a positive mindset, stay the course, push through. Success is based on not giving up and always learning from your failures, which I talked about last week's episode was first attempt in learning. That's what fail means to me. And to not give up and to push through. And 3 years later, I saw her at an event, and she's healthy. She's happy. Her vibration, her energy. She gave me a big hug and thanked me. And that's why we do the work, as light workers, not for fame, not for money, but to be in service, to be a humanitarian, to help people. And that's, that's what I do. A humanitarian, a spiritualist, psychic medium, being in service to the spirit world and helping people out. And it was nice to see her be healthy, and it was nice to see her have a nice, healthy vibration and an outlook on life, and to see her smile, because for 3 years I've seen her struggle with your health. And when you don't have your health, guys, nothing else matters, right? Health comes first, so you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of the people around you. And so it was really nice to get that feedback from her, and just to receive that energy back, that she's got through what I call the dark soul of the night. Or the dark night of the soul is where the soul really goes through the dark, depending on your situation, on your experiences. But again, the light does come, the dawn does shine, the sun will always rise, and we can't give up. We need to push through. So wanted to also talk about, because this is the timing of this message, I think, is, we're right in the end of January, and the weather here, like specifically in Seattle, the weather is always rainy. It's a little gloomy. Can really wane on your emotions. It can really, impact your mindset. So I thought it'd be important to just talk about, we're all bathing in the river of courage. It's courage to be here, but we have to continue bathing and then let that river flow by us and stay engaged, stay involved with life. So I was going to put up the suicide hotline number, if I can find a picture of it, or if somebody in the community, if you're adding a comment, thank you so much for being here. Let me know where you're from. If you have a picture of, if you could post, because it's important, I think, too, for people to connect, not with me just talking to you as a spiritual teacher, but for people to connect, because that's where the power is in your soul tribe. Iron sharpens iron, as I always like to say, and communicating with one another is important. So if you want to communicate with each other on the message thread, that'd be awesome. And if somebody could put a picture of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, I felt called today to put that in today's topic. The number for that is 1-800-273-8255. Again, we're at the end of the January. Holidays are over, and this just tends to be a tough time. The holidays are tough for people too, but I wanted to just remind people that there is somebody out there that is there for you, willing to listen to you. So if you're having a rough go and you feel like you don't want to be in the river of courage anymore, and you don't want to bathe anymore and participate, give them a call, 1-800-273-8255. 8255. That's one option. Another option is to explore and discover through mind, body, and spirit, is what I always like to say. For somebody that can help you, a teacher, a mentor, get into a workshop, get into a spiritual development group. I have an online spiritual development group where you can come to understand maybe there's some things that you're going through that you just don't understand, like myself, of connecting to unseen things and energy and people on the other side. That can be very scary for some, and I know that I grappled with that for about 2 years in my own journey. So if you're working on trying to figure out your spiritual abilities and your intuition and your awareness and that shaking that has caused an awakening, as I always talk about, explore why you're having these interactions and these experiences, because at the end it really is going to pay off. It is, like I said the other day when I posted, it takes a lot of courage to push through hard times, myself included, and never give up. Good things are coming your way. And I wouldn't be here today if I would have given up. I wouldn't have been here today talking to you, having a spiritual chat, having a spiritual conversation. And so, again, that number for the suicide hotline prevention lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. I will try to it's also 1-800-273-TALK, T-A-L-K, which is 8255. And I'll try to put a picture in the comment section, unless somebody else wants to do that. That would be fantastic. So let's just take a deep breath. Let's get into the magic of the moment. And again, if you're looking to explore, check out the Om Times Institute page. I've got about 15 classes, different classes. Some are free, some cost a little bit of money just for me to make and in my time. And check those out. There's a lot of other great instructors, a lot of great topics and subjects. And again, if you want to explore in the privacy of your own home, that's the best way to do it, is through the Om Times Institute page. You can also check out my show going into our third season called Inspired Living Radio. This week we're going to have a special guest talking about dancing with cancer. So if your life has been impacted by cancer, like my life has, I've lost 2 members, a father and a brother, to cancer, then you'll want to check this show out, because it's a book based on dancing with cancer and a woman's survival and why she wrote the book. So that'll be on this Wednesday over on Om Times Radio. It's our internet-based show, and it's on at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Streams live. You can join our Facebook page, which is Inspired Living Radio. You can post a question there. You can also call in. To get that number, just go find us on Facebook at Inspired Living Radio. Ask to join the Inspired Listening community, which is a worldwide community now. And you can post questions, call in, ask questions. We'd love to interact with you. But that's this Wisdom Wednesday, again, at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, over on the Om Times Radio Network. That's internet-based radio. So I hope that you'll join me. So thank you for, I see April, thank you so much, April, for putting the suicide prevention lifeline.org in there. Good morning to all of you. I see a few comments coming up on my computer over here. But also just, explore and discover, because life will get better. And again, today's topic, I'm talking all about bathing in the river of courage, because it does take courage to be here. Life is going to happen. Life is not going to ask us what we want. It's we want to be in control of everything, and life just does not necessarily coordinate to our desires. So grab your cup of coffee. Let's get into the magic of the moment. Take a deep breath with me. Just breathe in peace, breathe in love, breathe in guidance. Exhale stress, exhale worry, exhale doubt. Know that you're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You got to find the passion. You got to make a plan and go after that. And of course, grab your coffee, grab your tea. This is Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc here on the Om Times Institute page. And just thank you for being here. Thank you you were drawn to this page for a reason. You were drawn to my voice, my image, to have a conversation. And today's topic is bathing in the river of courage, and that takes courage to participate in life. I like to say that life is an acronym from learn it from experience, and sometimes those lessons are tough. Sometimes those lessons are tough to go through, but keep going, stay the course. This too shall pass, and things will get better. I go back to when I got the phone call when my brother was murdered, and then 3 days later, my older brother was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. It changed me forever, guys, and it gave me a different perception. It changed my belief system. It changed my attitude towards life, my outlook on life, what the afterlife is all about, and really put me on a path to start exploring spiritualism. Wanted to connect with my brother, so that's what put me on the path for mediumship. Mediumship is talking with those on the other side, and in order to find that, I really had to go within. So finding that path doesn't come from the outside world. That path comes from the inside world. So I'm going to also, just real quick for you guys, I'm going to paste a link in for my Soul Adventures newsletter, talking about the latest article that I just came out with. And it's the article itself is talking about we are only human after all, a path of self-discovery. And a lot of people use that term, well, we're only human. Well, if you think about it, this supercomputer up here has a lot of information and ability to do great and amazing things. And humans are the top of the food chain, right? If you believe in evolution, as I do, you may not, that's okay. I believe that humans rank among the top of all species when it comes to critical thinking, when it comes to social interactions, complex reasoning, cognitive thinking, mindfulness, empathy, love. Humans are up there, and we have the ability to do great things. But we're not the only species. I talk about in my article about whales and dolphins that also have a very high intelligence. The problem is humans fuss all along the way. Whales and dolphins not so much. They just enjoy being in the moment, but are very intelligent creatures. So check out my link that I just put into my link, Soul Adventures. That's this month's article, and it's talking about we are only human after all, a path of self-discovery. And that ties into today's topic where we're talking about bathing in the river of courage, because participating in life does take courage. Some people do give up that courage and that journey and decide to exit early and maybe take their own lives. I know the suicide rate is very high right now. I've had a family member commit suicide, so I know that emotion, the anger, the questions, the sadness of seeing somebody at the age of 45 take their own life. And so I wanted to just give you the message today about staying strong. I have a positive affirmation for you as well. And keep going. Better things are coming, and we've all had our dark nights of the soul, but it will get better, I promise. And it all starts with you. It all starts internally. It starts with your mindset. And how we see life and how we participate in life is an internal, not an external viewpoint. And a lot of the human experience, the human perspective, I guess you would say, is created within. So start creating the world that you want, whether it's health, whether it's relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's traveling, whether it's making a change in the world. Start with it in here, and start with the human experience and the human perception of starting from the inside. And the positive affirmation I want to give you this morning to help you along with your journey. Again, if you're having a rough go, check out the suicide prevention hotline that I just put up. The number is up there. Again, that number is 1-800-273-TALK or 8255. And somebody's there to listen for you. These are paid professionals, counselors, and they can do a lot of good, even if you just need to express yourself. But I just felt like somebody out there needed help today with their struggle and to keep going. And again, I'll just read my quote that I put on my Facebook page just the other day. It takes a lot of courage to push through hard times, and we are all bathing in the river of courage. That's life. But never give up. Good things are coming your way. So take another deep breath with me. Just be here with me in the magic of the moment. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. And just thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for participating in this soul tribe, this spiritual community. The positive affirmation is actually tied to our radio show, and I felt called to use that today. And the positive affirmation to use for the week until we're back next Monday: I have been given endless talents which I begin to utilize today. I have been given endless talents which I begin to utilize today. So I would challenge you, if you're having a rough go, to not give up, never give up, keep pushing forward, but start to ask yourself from an internal perspective, what are your gifts? What can you do to make a change in your life right now, to start having a better positive outcome, health, career, family, whatever your journey is? What can you do to start changing that? Because change comes from within, the energy, the frequency, the vibration. The card for today that I picked this not by random, but I picked it specifically, is the number 61, which adds up to 7 in numerology. That is, 7 is a spiritual number. It's a number of love, guidance, peace, wisdom, enlightenment. One of the most sevens are one of the most referenced numbers when it comes to spiritualism in almost any religion. So you got 7 continents, 7 sins. There's a lot of 7 references, but the word that I want to give you is self-love. I want to give you the self-love because it starts with self-love. If you don't love yourself, how do you love the things around you? How do you love the people around you if you don't love self? So again, I've been working with a lot of my clients that are feeling the miss of self-love. They're feeling the disconnect, and they want life to be better. And again, we're bathing in the river of courage. So I commend you for being here, participating in life. Stay in the river of life. Stay with the flow. Don't try to go against the grain. And the prospecting stone that I want to give you today is called magnesite, and it's magnesite. It's kind of like, you can get it in 2 forms. You can get it in a polished form or a raw form, but it's a white, gray, brown, yellow type of color. I'll try to post a picture. If somebody wants to go out and grab a picture and paste it into the community, that would be fantastic. But it's what I picked for it today. Its attributes is magnesite brings a deep peace to meditation and relaxation. So if you're having a rough go, the best place to start is actually with relaxation, rejuvenation, revive your energy, and meditate. Your prayer is thought going out. Meditate is listening back to what comes back and listening to that guidance. And that's going to help start creating that internal human perception that I'm talking about, the human experience that we all have power over. But again, unfortunately, some people choose not to continue. I hope that you will, because there's great things, good things coming your way, and to never give up. This stone, if you place it on the third eye, if you place that stone right here, magnesite, on the third eye, the stone enhances visualization and imagery. And so the reason I picked that stone today, pick up that stone. You can pretty much get it. It's a readily available stone. It's not a rare stone. It's mined in the United States and down in Brazil. But sit with that stone and try different stones. I've done this in my own journey, in my own spiritual practice, and put this on your third eye and see what kind of visualization, see what kind of imagery you get, because what it does is it opens up the heart chakra and it stimulates heartfelt love, including love for self, which is necessary before you can embrace the love from other people. So, and again, that stone I looked up based on the card of self-love, magnesite. And again, your positive affirmation is, I've been given endless talents which I begin to utilize today. And if you start to utilize your gifts today, it's going to help you going forward and plant those seeds for the future that you want tomorrow. So again, the suicide prevention number today is 1-800-273-8255, or TALK, 1-800-273-TALK. If you want to check out the work that I'm doing, if you ever want to work with me or get into my spiritual development group, please go to marclanehart.com. You can internet search the Intuitive Prospector. You can also find me every Monday morning here for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays here on the Om Times Institute page. And you can find me every Wisdom Wednesday, most Wisdom Wednesdays. We run a few encore shows throughout the month for Inspired Living Radio, because again, the tagline there is, you are the inspired and the inspiration. And part of our journey is to help you feel inspired, guided, and making a change for yourself, but also the world around you. So that's a few ways that you can get in touch with me. If you want to get into a spiritual development group, I do have an online weekly group. It is closed right now, but you can come as a visitor to see if you vibe with your tribe, and we have a lot of fun. You can also catch my newsletter, which I put it, Soul Adventures. This month's articles talking about we are only human after all, a path of self-discovery. And the path of self-discovery ties in today's topic about bathing in the river of courage and to never give up, to stay the course. This too shall pass. We've all had our dark night of the soul, but I can tell you it takes a lot of courage when you're in this river of life to keep wading forward and pushing through, and to never give up, because good things are coming your way. So, with that, Have a fabulous week. I'm not going to do an animal spirit guide for this week because it just felt like that the animal spirit guide should be open to you. Whatever you see is important. Hummingbird, dragonfly, unicorn, eagle, crow. Pick something out in nature that really resonates with you and see what nature is trying to teach you and show you, because nature is our greatest teacher. Nature is our greatest healer. And just start using your endless gifts today, because you have a bunch of gifts to use. And if you don't know how to find them or how to use them, start meditating, start going within, get into a workshop, get into somebody that you know and respect in the respected field, and start learning, because life is all about learning. It is learn it from experience. Just because you're out of high school, I did high school, I did college, 4 years of college, I did 2 years for my master's degree, but I am a student of life, and your education, your learning, your life lessons continue from now until the day that you decarnate or move back into the spirit world, or some people would say dying, but I like to use transition or passing, because it just tells me that we're moving on to something bigger and better, just in a different form. So thanks for joining. Go ahead and leave your questions, where you're from. We are going to be switching over right now to the Intuitive Prospector page. That is my personal business page here on Facebook. The link is in the links here, and I will come back after the show if I can to answer any questions. But I'll be spending the next half hour over on the Intuitive Prospector page talking with you directly. If you want to let me know how you're doing, if you want me to pull a card, have a spiritual chat, spiritual conversation, or just just to say hi, just to say hey, that's what this is all about. It's about having communications and connecting people again. We're so connected by our technology, but we're more disconnected than we ever have been before. So I just want to remind you to keep bathing in the river of courage. Life is tough. Life is going to throw some stuff at us, guys. I promise you. But there's some amazing stuff from life too that you can learn from and grow from and be a part of. So I hope that you'll stay the course. I hope that you'll never give up. It does take a lot of courage to push through the hard times, but good things are coming your way. And again, if you're not sure where to turn to, there are always people out there that will help you, and there are people to assist, myself included, best I can. Again, never give up. Keep bathing in the river of courage. Have a fantastic week. Somebody was asking for the positive affirmation. Again, I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize today. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Today is all you have. There is no guarantees for tomorrow. You can't do anything about the past, and the future is not guaranteed. So do what you can today. Find the magic in the moment. Have a great week. I'm switching over to the Intuitive Prospector page. I hope that you'll join me for a spiritual conversation, Q&A after show here on Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. Until our next soul adventure, as I like to say, be kind, be caring, be compassionate. Have a great week, everybody. Namaste.